Fox.
All right. Yes, this is, I know you guys are getting absolutely slaughtered with names. I know that you guys have been so patient and so wonderful, sitting almost all day long since you've gotten up this morning. And I really also recognize sitting where you guys sat last year, that you're having lots of names thrown at you, that you have very little idea who any of us are, and you're getting all of these responsibilities thrown at you. And so I'm just going to start by reminding you that I'm Ben Brigham. I'm the English teacher and technology coordinator at Shedd High School. I am thrilled to have the opportunity to get to meet each of you guys.
And you are?
I am the 2015 Washington County Teacher of the Year as well. This is my son, Fox. He completely dominates my household and is an absolute celebrity. So he was unable to attend today. No, really, he normally comes to all Educate main events, but he was unable to attend today. He will be starring as, well, not starring. He'll be participating as the wizard in the Wizard of Oz. The young man had play practice. I couldn't bring him along. So I would like to begin by saying that I cannot possibly in 20 minutes cover all of social media. All right? So what I am going to ask you guys to do is, rather than expect to get a whole lot out of this presentation, set the bar low, remember, right? Rather than expect to get a whole lot out of a 20-minute presentation on social media, I would like you guys to please consider me as a resource. I am the technology coordinator at my school. We were talking earlier, where's Ed? Ed was talking earlier about skill building, right? And that your job as educators is to build skills in your students so that they can be successful in their future. I view that as part of my job, not only as an English teacher to build my students' communication skills, but also as the technology communicator, beautiful, as the technology coordinator to build my students' technology skills and the staff's technology skills. So if you have any questions about educational technology, please holler at me. A couple of quick things before we get into social media too much. You'll notice that that classroom video piece came up, and if you look behind you, there's actually a robot behind you. Yes, this is a swivel robot for those of you that are familiar with it, and it's an absolutely beautiful tool because it allows you to become untethered while you are presenting. Being able to share your presentations with others. You guys are going to be able to go back and check out this presentation whenever you want. So for those of you who are interested in flipping your classroom, Swivel is not paying me directly. But this is just one piece of classroom technology that I want you guys to be aware of. Speaking of saying yes to everything, in addition to being the English teacher and a technology coordinator, and the boys soccer coach of an undefeated boys soccer team, and all of these other things that I do at Shedd High School. We also, I also have two additional roles. I'm a 2016 PBS Learning Media Digital Innovator, and I will shortly be becoming a Recap Pioneer. Recap, if you're not aware of it, is a fabulous app that allows you to grab student video responses. Great for using entry tickets or exit tickets, and absolutely fabulous tool. So those are some of the tools that I'm really involved in. Some of my interests really include, obviously, educational technology, the use of social media, also game-based learning and project-based learning. So today, though, we are going to focus on you guys and your use of social media. And to do that, we're starting with why you? Why you? And I thought it might be nice for you guys to see that at the end of this whole year of work that you've been hearing about all year, you will be, the greatest piece of the whole process is you get this huge banner. Right? Really?
Really?
Dolly, we're getting the banners again, right?
No.
You're getting the banners.
No, I don't think we
Tyler said they
are.
weren't going
You
to
know,
donate
they
them.
might not happen, so it might be special just to us. I don't know.
We'll do some fun. I know. Well, anyway, so I know many of you guys teach the little ones. There are a lot of different education levels in the room. But with the big kids, a lot of times it's very helpful when they say, "Why should I do this?" But in all seriousness, why is the most important question? Why is the most important question that you can inspire your students to ask? If your students ask you why you're doing an activity in the classroom and you can't explain it, then if your only answer is because I said so, right? Then that activity can be eliminated from your classroom, right? So I encourage my students to ask why all the time. And right now, I know that many of you guys are asking, why me? Why am I sitting at this table? Why did I sign up for this, right? So the first thing here, you're sitting here because you are an outstanding educator. Let that sink in. You cannot hear that enough, right? You are an outstanding educator. There are thousands of educators throughout the state, and you guys were selected for recognition out of all of them. So let that sink in, let that good feeling be there for you, and hold on to that, and hold on to that belief. Why else are you here? You're an expert on education. Guess what? You guys are the ones that know how good education works. It's not policymakers, some administrators, right? Some administrators. But you guys are the experts on education. You're lifelong learners, or you would not be sitting here as well. You're great role models for your students in that role of always wanting to add to your knowledge. You want the best for your students and for all Maine students. And finally, you want to advocate for your students and for your profession. Now, all of these traits are outstanding traits. And guess what I'm going to do with all of them? Connect them to social media. So, why social media? Right? You can experience just-in-time professional development. Hey, you lifelong learners out there, guess what? I know that you've sat through many, many professional development trainings that you have felt were absolutely useless and a complete waste of your time. It's part of the teaching experience. Yes? Now, how about you could choose your own professional development just when you wanted it? Doesn't that sound nice? You're able to do that through social media. You can expand your personal learning network. Aren't we always talking to our kids? Aren't we always saying, oh, personal learning, you can learn from anyone. You can, guess what, guys? You can expand your own through social media. You can meet educators, be exposed to ideas that you never thought you would, meet educators you never thought you would meet, be exposed to ideas that you never would have considered on your own, all through social media. This is a huge one and really the key for me, for you guys. You guys can share your knowledge with students, parents, community members, and policymakers. You guys are the experts. You have outstanding ideas. You don't have to go somewhere else. Well, I mean, it helps. You can. But you guys should be learning, you guys should be sharing what you've learned in your experience in the classroom. The entire state will be better for it. And hopefully the nation as well, because Maine is in many ways leading the nation in terms of education. All right. And finally, you guys are interested in
and that's on film.
Yeah, I know, I got it. That was very, very beautiful, wasn't it? I'll post it. So, elevate the teaching profession. You guys know that teachers, especially in the media at large, do not always get the recognition that they deserve. You know that there are many outstanding teachers in your classrooms that deserve the kind of attention and recognition that you're getting here today. And so through sharing your stories of success on social media, you have the ability to help elevate the teaching profession so that the public at large is aware that #WeTeach365. It's not a 180-day school year. It's not a 185-day school year. It is a 365-day profession. Oh, so before we go any further, you guys have your devices ready to go? All right. Another one of my current favorite classroom tools is a tool called Spiral. No, that's not one. That's Shed. Video games are good. This is what my students are working on while I'm here with you guys today. Some of them. Oh, there it is. Guess what I did? Spiral. This is spiral.ac. I'm going to ask everybody to visit the site, spiral.ac. And we're going to gather some quick information from you guys about your internet, your social media usage. Now, this is an absolutely outstanding classroom tool because, work with me. All right. As you guys are logging, it's going to ask you guys for a classroom key. You will see that your key is log in as a student, please, not as a teacher. You guys are not the teacher today. I know you're used to always clicking on that teacher button. But if you log in as a student and put in JKGST, you should see that your name is already in there if you are a 2016 County Teacher of the Year. All you have to do is tap on your name. JKGST.
Can we join if our name's on?
Oh yes, please join if your name's not on there. You'll just have to select your name. Now, once we're all logged in, we're going to be real quick about this. You only got 30 seconds. We're behind schedule already. Dolly's looking at me like, Brigham, what are you doing? And so we're going to go real quickly. Everybody feeling somewhat comfortable anyway? Yeah? All right, here we go. So, you've got 30 seconds for this question. How often do you use Facebook? Now, you will notice that little names are lighting up here. You see this? As you guys are responding, your names are lighting up. Now, are you a little bit nervous that I'm going to share your information? Those of you who say, I'm on Facebook right now. Right? Are you a little nervous I might share that? All right, so time is up. Now, one of the great things that I love about this app is that I'm going to click on Show Answers here, and guess what? Your name is not associated with it. Oh, this is a great way to gather feedback from students to allow them to be anonymous. But at the same time, when I flip into my other teacher screen, guess what I get? Names. Oh. So here we have you guys daily, every day, all day long, every day, once or twice a day, too often, never, almost continuously, twice a day, every day. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Ready.
All right, here we go. How often do you use Twitter?
Ben, I think you're going to have to give Lucky and Bill some private sessions here. That's what my husband.
All right, time's up. All right, here we go. We have never, daily, way too often, daily, never.
Just join. Woo-hoo.
Just join. Nice. Once or twice a month, a couple of times a week, once a year, a little, never, but plan on using it soon. Every conference, hashtag all the time, hashtag love it. By the way, the hashtag for today is hashtag CTOI, CTOI. If you were unfamiliar with that little piece of slang, you will be hearing that over and over again throughout your process. You are now CTOIs in addition to County Teachers of the Year. Hashtag CTOY, CTOY 2016. So, moving on. More input from you guys. I don't tweet. I just read my tweets from my clever friends. Whoever that is, I have some new clever friends for you to follow. Here we go. How often do you use Instagram? Time is up. Never, a couple of times a week, once a week to see my niece's new dog. Whenever my students and former students post, never, I've posted once, every day. I will admit that when Dolly asked me to talk about social media, I went to the greatest source of information about social media, and that's my students, and I collected all kinds of responses from my students that I will share with you at a later time because I don't have time to give them to you now. But Instagram is a huge favorite among currently adolescent girls. They love it. It's one of their favorites. It's way more popular than Facebook or Twitter. I will share the #1 comment about Twitter was that Twitter is for people over 28 years old. So old people. So old people is what the kids were saying. Next question. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show you guys. I forgot. I can say that I don't like one of your answers. Well, you know, say because kids are kids. There's a kid that's gonna post something up here that's gonna be like, I hate you, Mr. Brigham. And so you have the opportunity. So say I don't like your answer of never. If I click on you've never used Twitter, you've been asked for this answer to be improved. And it shows up on the student's device as, right? Now, to give you guys, because we all know that feedback is important, to give you guys positive feedback, I click on this one. And, oh, look at you guys, you all got little check marks. You should have got, your teacher approves your answer, right? Moving forward, just a couple more dollars, I swear. I know the media training's important. I know the media training's important. Pinterest. How often do you use Pinterest?
Every week.
I avoid it at all costs.
Oh my gosh, I sweaty there.
My recipes.
Being an English teacher, although I play around with all this technology and love this technology, I am so text-based that I will have to own and admit to all of you that I don't understand Instagram or Pinterest at all. I don't get it, because there's not enough text for me, right? Like, so let's show answers. We have never, about every other day, always, love it, monthly, whenever my wife shares something with me, nice, when I have something. This is probably the best answer, because if your wife shares something with you, you do that. When I have some extra pallets hanging around weekly, who will cook all the recipes. Only looking over my wife's shoulder to see plans for our garden at home. Nice. I try to, what, you want me to do what? Sorry. I swim there. All right, last one, and this one I'm very intrigued by. Let's see what you guys. How often do you use Snapchat?
Just downloaded it. I have no idea how to use it.
So I can't wait to go through them.
Yeah, this is one of those.
I just did it twice and now I can't get into answers, so.
Well, yeah, like with any piece of technology, this amazing, these spiral people that are amazing, they're from overseas, they're continually in the process of looking for feedback from teachers to improve, and how do we, how can we improve this piece, and so there are some areas that could be improved technologically with this. But
Thank you.
I think no, it's not you, Karen, it's them, okay? Snapchat, never, what is Snap, what, never, weekly, almost never. My children have tried to explain this to me, but I just don't get it. My niece and my intern taught me how to snap last month, I use it every day with my own children. The filters are the best. Nice. I only mock my daughter when she uses it. I'm practicing my daughter. Alright, so with this, now we have kind of an idea of the social media landscape in this room. I would just like to share with you guys that students, at least high school level students, Facebook, they still use pretty frequently. It causes a lot of drama in our classroom. There's a girl suspended today. Anyway, but Facebook is still used pretty frequently. Twitter, students have completely said, no, we're done with this. This is for old people. We have the other ones. Instagram, I mentioned, is very popular. Pinterest is somewhat popular. But by far, every student uses Snapchat. Snapchat is their #1 choice of communication platform. And the reason they like it is because we don't use it. Okay? So, no, but I'm getting to the point where I have to start considering, am I going to use Snapchat as a communication device, particularly with my soccer players? Because during the soccer season, if I have to cancel a practice, how do I get in touch with all my guys, right? And so, all of these decisions, social media is great with the caveat that you have to teach your students responsible use, and you have to understand what responsible use is. You know that we read those stories about those teachers in the paper, right? And they destroy the profession for all of us. Yeah? So, just be careful. It's like, the general rule with social media, if you don't want your grandmother reading it, don't put it on social media. Right?
That's a great one, yes.
And digital citizenship is a whole other piece. But let's get back to the reason that the overall social media, isn't that a great picture too?
It's a nice banner.
I know, Dolly, I should have checked with you first.
Yeah, you should have been.
But no, Dolly, I'm advocating for the teaching profession.
I know you are, you're
We
doing
need
a
those
great
banners.
job.
So we're going to go back to Facebook. Why be on Facebook? Allows you to say it's good for sharing. So Facebook is good for sharing images and medium-sized content. If you want to write a great big long blog post, you need to start your own blog. Okay? Because nobody's going to read it, right? They only read what comes before the picture. Very seldom do people click on continue reading, right? They get to the picture and they're like, psh, whatever, right? Or they see a big wall of text, as it's referred to, right? And people are, I'm not reading that. There's actually an expression on the internet, TLDR. You know what it means? Too long, didn't read.
It's a Google extension now.
Now is it? Yeah. Very nice. So, why Twitter? I am going to strongly advocate for Twitter as your social media platform of choice, and there are a number of different reasons for this. One, it's a large and growing community of teachers who use Twitter to connect and share information, right? Delia, can you tell me about you guys when you were at the national conferences, everybody sharing their Twitter usernames, right?
Everyone's sharing their Twitter, yes.
So the kinds of teachers that attend these professional development, that attend these great big professional development conferences also share their ideas through Twitter. You don't have to go to the conference, you can just follow what they're doing, right? Secondly, it's perfect just-in-time professional development. Perfect. You want to search for something, bam, you got it, right? It is constantly updated. You can expand your personal learning network as I mentioned previously. And once again, it's important for you guys. You guys are the experts. Share your expertise, right? Nobody benefits from your knowledge if you don't share it. So quick hits. Dolly likes this. She's like, quick. General tips. 1. When posting on social media, always use a picture or a short video less than 2 minutes when possible. Why? Too long. People just look at the pictures. If there's not a picture, they're not going to read the caption on it, right? I have a list of people that I'm going to recommend that you follow. I'll send out, when this presentation's over, either through Basecamp or some other way, I'll send out more information about using social media for all of you guys that are interested in increasing your social media presence. But people to follow, at Maine Toy, at Educate Maine, obviously, right? The wonderful people sponsoring this event today. Also, there are a number of teachers throughout Maine that are huge advocates of social media. They run a lot of the chats around Maine, all of these things. Dan Ryder at Wicked Decent, Jeff Bailey at JBailey8. They gave a training at ESET 2 that was absolutely amazing. Matt Druett Card, Ms. Redmond English, Mr. C. Maine, Billy Cochran, and of course you want to follow all the M Toys and C Toys because, well, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you just tell folks who don't know how to even follow them?
Yes, that will be in the information to follow.
Okay.
And we're happy to breaks to help people out too.
Oh yeah. Twitter offers the most resources for teachers, but it also has the steepest learning curve. All right? So there is a learning curve to Twitter. Just, we're here to help. We're here to help. And the biggest thing that I can recommend to help you manage on Twitter is once you get your account set up, there's this thing called TweetDeck. And TweetDeck is amazing because Twitter generally just looks like this amazing mess of stuff rolling by you, right? Like, so here, Twitter generally just looks like this. Oh, sorry. Oh, hey! That's amazing. All right. So Twitter, generally, you get kind of one column right here, and it just rolls by you and rolls by you and rolls by you. What TweetDeck allows you to do is separate this huge one big running column into different conversations, right? And so instead of trying to follow up with this huge scrolling pattern, like here we have EdChatMe, which is hashtag EdChatMe. That's for educational chat in Maine. And I follow along with the different conversations that involve Maine, right? I have another one of my favorites, hashtag GBL, game-based learning. I can follow along with the conversation along game-based learning. Hashtag games for ed. Hashtag, not ed. He does plenty of games on his own. He doesn't need our help. And all kinds of different, hashtag rural ed chat is one of my favorites because we are such a rural state. And we can learn from those other states that have kind of similar population. So this is the #1 recommendation that I have in terms of Twitter. Like I said, I can't cover social media in 20 to 30 minutes. So,
Maybe part of our professional development in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, once again, why social media? Why social media?
Instant.
Well, my strength is not mine alone. It is the strength of many. The more connections that you can make in your personal learning network, the more successful you can be. Quick questions.
I'd like to just add to Ben why social media is the language that everyone's using. So, you know, I started a blog after I became Teacher of the Year, and I have about 6 followers, and I think they're all in my family. But if I put something on Facebook or Twitter, people are there, and they're reading what I posted. So you have to speak the language that people have at their fingertips.
Yeah, and Jen, if I may add to that, there are parents that do not have email addresses, but they have Facebook.
Right. And, yeah.
Right? And so 1.6 billion active monthly users. That's a lot of people, right? 1.6 billion monthly. So I know that for me, there are some parents that I know that if I send them an email, well, one, they might not have an email address, and two, if I try and send them an email, I'm not getting a response. It's my responsibility as a teacher, if I want to get in touch with that parent, I either send them a text message or I get them on Facebook.
And you know, I became friends with Shanna Peoples, the National Teacher of the Year. Before I ever met her, we became friends on Facebook. So when we finally met each other in person, it felt like we had known each other for years. So you can connect with other professionals using this media.
Can we get people to submit their Twitter handles, that people that are on Twitter, because sometimes you can't, it's hard to identify the person. Is there a way to get that information through?
Maybe we could
Through
put it on
Basecamp.
Basecamp.
Yeah, let's use,
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those big topics that we really need to address as an entire education community, the use of social media and how we can best take advantage of it for our students. And we don't have time to really get into a whole lot more today, but let's have a discussion through Basecamp. How do you use social media? How do you envision that the use of social media could help you? And I'm gonna stop talking because you guys need to know how to talk to reporters much more than you need. I don't listen. All right.
We can tell them,
So,
just follow me on Twitter.
But we
Yeah.
will do that
Yeah, I
through
think that'd be
Basecamp.
great.
And
that-
so,
and then we'll put ours on, and if you
So-
are on Twitter, and then we can follow each other and start building that network.
Really, this whole thing is just a big grab for follow. We just want more followers.
Karen's trying to break 500, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting close, so.
Nice, Karen.
So follow Karen, please.
All right, so if there are no further questions, who am I handing off to, Dolly?
to Melanie.
Melanie.